sitting way as an angel contemplate my feet. All right, good morning, St. John Valley. This is Wake Up SJV. And this is Adam Willett, today's featured artist. Live streaming video from March 19, 2020. Incredible stuff here on YouTube. Let's listen. So when I'm lying in my bed, it's running through my head, and I feel the love is there. I'm loved and angels escape, and through it all, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong, down the waterfall, wherever it may take me, I know that life won't break me. When there comes a call, she won't forsake me. I'm loving angels still.
Well, hey, thank you so much, everybody.
Amazing stuff from Adam Willett. You can find this, as you see here, online on YouTube. Local artist. Today's featured guest is my colleague, my counterpart, Scott Pelletier, will be joining us out of District 33. That's MSAD 33. We've changed our set here today to my kitchen table. We went from the rocking chair to the kitchen table. It's what you do when you work from home. You bounce around the house. We're going to get our first look at the weather as soon as I get reorganized here on the computer. And we're going to try to find some more great music from Adam Willett. Yesterday's featured artist was Jerry T. Band. And we want to thank Aroostook County Teacher of the Year for joining us yesterday, Jocelyn Sose. You're going to love this weather this week, folks, as it continues to just get better and better. I hope you got some stuff planted outside. If not, it might be a good idea to get going with it. We might be, knock on wood, we might be out of the dark as far as the cold, although we'll get some frost and some freezing. Have those blankets ready, right? Let's take a quick peek here. We're going to share again. Pop open the weather. This is once again brought to you by the National Weather Service out of Gray, Maine. Also with a hub in Caribou. And this takes us to Frenchville, Northern Aroostook Regional Airport. We got a Frenchville St. Agathe theme today, as I believe Adam Willett is from that area. Any of you could help me. And Scott Pelletier, a physical education instructor and health and local coach over there in MSAD 33. So we got a little Frenchville theme. Look at this, folks. Sweet Carolina today, high of 62. And the wind is staying under 10 miles an hour. I like to see that. Unless you run a sailboat, you like to fly kites. The wind is, I understand, probably good for the crops. No idea. Wednesday, 72. Look at Thursday. Listen, You got a vacation day somehow, you want to burn it, use it Thursday. 80, high of 80, folks, and a low of 55. That's just absolutely beautiful. And the weekend looks just great. So there you have it. Even if you look down below here, it does go into Sunday, and the long weekend, Memorial Day, looks like a high of 78. So a great week and a great weekend to continue to be outside to get some stuff done. That is awesome. That's your weather, brought to you by the National Weather Service. And I'm no meteorologist, but it does look beautiful. We're going to take a look into the Fiddlehead Focus today and take a stab at their headlines. Pretty similar to yesterday. There's a feature story on Miss Jocelyn Saucier, who, it's a big day here at Fort Kent Community High School for the seniors, the class of 2020. We love you. You guys are going to be cranking out here the next 2 days, 30-minute blocks, senior presentations. As Ms. Saucier explained yesterday, that's 3 components. They did a paper. I think the paper had to be at least 5 pages. They produce a product, and then today is the presentation. So 30 minutes, there's a panel of scary people look like me. These are all done via Zoom. So we got our rubrics ready. We got them printed out, and I'm looking forward to seeing some great presentations. And I wish all of them, if they're up yet, cranking them out, last minute touches, good luck to all of you. But anyway, she is featured here, but I pulled up this story for you folks. How to prepare a raised bed for spring planting. So I'm sorry to bounce back and forth, but you can always only look at my bald head too many times. So here you go. How to prepare a raised bed for spring planting. Great story here, brought to you by Sam, and I apologize, Shipani, but try saying my last name. Raised beds. And I've been thinking about doing one of these. You know, I live near here, a railroad right across the street here on Market, and there's a lot of old railroad bed ties. But anyway, this is something that would be pretty cool. So this is a couple. Where are we out of here? Brewer, they're doing some planning. All kinds of tips. So some great reporting here done. And take a look at it here as okay, this is the part I like to see. How to fill your raised bed. Awesome. We're not going to read this word by word, folks. We'd be here a while, but I thought it was a cool story. You know, a lot of time preparing a raised bed. So you fill it, you prepare it, and we go down here, and it takes you to, how to care for it. So there you have it, and you can put all kinds of goodies in there. I think my goal is lettuce. Lettuce would be great. I like those cherry tomatoes. Those are wonderful. And nothing beats, in my opinion, those pea pods. I like the sugar snap. You take them right off the vine. You snack on those bad boys. And you battle the bugs, you battle the mosquitoes, you battle whatever else is going to try to get them. But that's Fiddlehead Focus. Over here on the right column, you'll see most popular stories. You know, we got some federal stuff. We got some concerns over Janet Mills and, you know, too much money taken out, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to do, folks? And Miss Saucier's story is featured there. So check it out. The Fiddlehead Focus, always a good resource. You know, we say support local business. They're one of them. Support your local newspaper. They're trying just as hard as all of us to get by. We're gonna ask Scott, who's coming on here in roughly 19 minutes. We're gonna ask him if they've nailed down the graduation date over there. I know last time I looked on the Valley Unified Service Center site, they hadn't quite nailed down that date. I'm sure they might have a better idea now. Here in Fort Kent will be June 12th for a high school. And for eighth grade, we call it the eighth grade promotion. They will be cranking out that on Zoom, according to Dean of Students, Steve Doucette, who joined us last week. They will crank that out. That's only my second. Friday, June 5th, which also happens to be the last student day. And then there'll be an eighth grade promotion. I plan to check that out. I coach a lot of the eighth grade girls in basketball and both the boys and girls in track and field. And of course, know many of them through my duties as both athletic director and phys ed instructor at the high school level. But anyway, we're going to check that out on June 5th. We're going to chime back in here with it. It's just incredible stuff. You know, I feel bad. I feel ashamed that I have not listened to these local artists enough. So I want to thank YouTube for busting me early on here, week 1 of Wake Up SJV. The music police said you cannot play Aha videos. You cannot play Radio Gaga by Queen. So I said, all right, let's go local. So Chaz, my producer, Chaz Pelletier, shout out to you. We're going to be working on a hub to perhaps showcase all this music. Having a hard time finding Boomerang footage. Boomerang was recommended by, Mr. Robbie Netto and some other guests have recommended Boomerang, which is, I believe, the Lions Club band. So if you have Boomerang music that I can access some way here on the internet would be preferable, let me know. Looks like we got another minute left here with Adam. Let's chime this in. You know, I wanted to see here. Hold on, folks. What else we have? We have some Christmas music from Adam. Adam Willett live show with CJ Terrio. Let's check this out. I heard, yeah, this is the March 22nd. So a lot of recent stuff. CJ Terrio is another great one. So let's open this one up. Sometimes you open these YouTube videos.
Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me from my house to yours. My name is Adam Millett. Along here, my good friend, Mr. CJ Terrio. And we're going to
You can see they're asking for
as you can see,
donations.
this is entirely live and candid. We like to have a good time. So we like to thank you all for tuning in. And we do take requests if you guys got any. What you want to play about? Whatever you want to do. All right. What about the peanut gallery in the background? No, I'm just kidding. Did you guys get a? You guys gotta show the people what a projection like this looks like.
I'm gonna fast forward here a little bit.
At the darkness, what a moment took. You began to speak.
Refill my coffee, folks. Enjoy the music. I'll be right back.
At a real people's face, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. You don't mind to sing. See your eyes, taste of the whiskey. I'll give you some advice. So I handed in my bottle, drank down my last swallow. Give me the cigarette. asked me for a light, and that got deathly quiet. Based on star expressions, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta learn to play it right. You got to go in the phone, go in the walk away, go in the rock, get out the money. You're sitting at the table every time another time, when the feelings come. Secret to surviving, knowing what to throw away, knowing what to keep. Every hand's a winner, every hand's a loser. Best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. Being sleep, turn back towards the window, flush out your cigarette. Lady likes to sleep. The gambler you forgive him. In his final words I found, and he said I can see. You got to go in the photo, go in the walk away, go in the run, in the house of money. Like you're sitting at the table every time another time, when the feeling's up. Well, go in the phone, go in the walk away, go in the run, you're sitting at the table every time another time, when the feeling's done.
All right, that's Adam Willett and CJ Terrio live. Great stuff, just exceptional. I gotta say, I loved myself some, geez, don't get in trouble here, but I believe that was Kenny Rogers, is that Kenny? Anyway, great stuff. Hey, support local music, support local restaurants, support your local paper. As we said, the Fiddlehead Focus, or whatever your newspaper might be out there. Want to welcome in people out there watching. Amy Dupre Willette, hello to you. Looks like Justin Dubois just chimed in. Heather Smith, good morning to all of you. Thanks for joining us. 11 minutes roughly. Coming up, Scott Pelletier, MSAD 33 health and phys ed teacher. You're watching Wake Up SJV here live on St. John Valley.live. You can also watch it and view it on the Channel 4 Facebook page, where you can chime in with questions, comments. Love to hear from you. I want to take a few moments here to talk about a group, quite frankly, in need, that maybe a lot of you didn't realize, but we have roughly, I have some good friends who are also our boys soccer coaches, Kalusha Coates and Ricardo Whiteley. How you doing, gentlemen? They also work as educational technicians, ed techs, here in the district. They're also closely connected with the University of Maine, Fort Kent. And at this time, I'd say in conversation, at least 25 to 30 students, international students, who are stuck here, cannot go home, cannot work. So they are just struggling to quite frankly eat. And I know there was a great fundraiser done on this platform last Friday. I don't know how that turned out. I'll probably check in with Chaz. But just trying to rack my brain on anything we can do to help that crew. Because if you think about it, they can't go to their homes. They can't go back. They can't get out of the country. The school is more or less shut down for obvious reasons. And these folks are not working. So any way we can help them out would be great. Donations certainly can be made. And if you give me a minute, or maybe Chaz, if he's out there watching, could chime in on this, on how to donate to that group. Nicole Jondro is close with them as well, with No Nonsense with Nico. But just another pocket of the nation. Think about it. When COVID-19 really started to spread and started to hit, universities just shut her down. They all went online and they said, go home. Well, it's not like, someone from Jamaica can hop in a plane and fly home at this point, as everything, like I said, is more or less shut down, and financial resources are low. So I know people in the community here are I've heard some great stories about trying to just get them some extra food. We do have the food pantry and whatnot. But if you're out there watching and you have ideas, chime in here on how to help the UMFK international students get by. And anyway, I'm going to put it out there. I'm hosting a barbecue here on Thursday with some of them. And we're going to, socially safe distance barbecue here on the riverbank and help out that crew. So great stuff once again this has been amazing. We started this local music push with Empty Head, one of my all-time favorites. And I need to call Mr. Doug Clapp. Hope he's doing well. Miss him. Miss the daily conversations with him, especially about music. He's told me some great stories. But when I came up here roughly, it was 97, 98. Anyway, Empty Head was in their prime, man. They were playing a lot in this region, and they would travel down in their ambulance. Yes, they had an ambulance. They would travel down to the Old Port Tavern down in Portland, where they played a lot. Just great stuff. So we featured them, French Toast, Travis Sear, Adam Netto, who I called Adam Willett for a couple of minutes, but we have both Adam Netto and now Adam Willett and CJ Terrio. I guess they're like Batman and Robin, those two. Steve Doucette's 18 bands, including Bad Mother Boogie, Staff Infection. The lead man of Staff Infection has been a guest here. That's Mr. John Coletta, who's also our principal. The bass guitarist, Staff Infection, is Doug Clapp. And lead guitar, Steve Doucette. On drums, Tiger Taylor Martin. Another guitarist there is, there's too many guitarists. I think he's on bass as well, Mr. Kurt Harvey. On keyboards, Sylvia Dow Harvey. So Staff Infection, we are going to try to find one of their performances. I was at Battle of the Bands here in Fort Kent during Winter Carnival week when they did their thing. It was just amazing. What a great show they put on, and for a great cause. Boomerang, who we're trying to find some footage on. Jerry T, we featured. So we're always looking for local artists. We're going to tap Mr. Scott Pelletier's brain for that stuff. Back to the news. Restaurants have reopened. I know Al's Tasty Freeze, for example, here in Fort Kent. I'm going to check in with him, I think, today, or some of the workers who are a lot of our high school students. But they opened up yesterday. You got to change your seating, and you got all kinds of new regulations, rightfully so. The outdoor picnic tables, I think, is huge there. Just a great little setup off of Main Street here in downtown Fort Kent, across from the Century Theater, is Al's Tasty Freeze. And they've stayed open. It's been a hot spot for ice cream. Going to be a great week for that. Their pizza is incredible. And now some of the seating is opening back up. We'll see how that works. I have not heard, but I will do a little bit of a investigation on walkers reopening any type of indoor or outdoor seating, crossings, the swamp buck, the whistle stop over here, right here on Market Street. There's Moose Shack, of course. So some great destinations. People just want to get out and about. Dead air, dead air, dead air. Local recreation here as we wait to bring in Scott Pelletier, and we're going to check the recreation over there in Frenchville. But here locally, we got all kinds of stuff for you to do, folks. The tennis nets are up. You want to pick up tennis? It's a great sport, and it's safe, socially distant sport. The batting cage is up. The net's been thrown over that. So I've seen youth in there, which is awesome. Just wear a helmet and use the screens there, but feel free. And there is a raised mound in there, so even if you wanted to go in there by yourself and just pitch, Eden Parody, go in there and throw some curveballs and some changeups, Josh Susie. But the batting cage is up. We have outdoor volleyball now right down behind the pool. There's outdoor volleyball, and we're looking to start some sort of pickup volleyball. Pick up the ball and play. We just need just 2-on-2 would work. But a great sport there. You get a little Bluetooth music over there on a nice day and play some volleyball. There's walking, biking, hiking, gardening, as we talked about. And I bet you're going to see a lot of people camping this weekend, whether it be tents. All the lakes should be hopping as people try to open up their respective sites. Fishing must be awesome. I plan to do some fishing. I've done a little bit with, I watch my daughter Avery. She's a top-notch fisher. So fishing should be incredible. Let's get that going. And real quick, I do have a blurb here. Now, Jessica Wilson, thank you, has just given us a nice comment here on getting that crew some food. If they are a patient of Fish River Rural Health, they have access to their food shelf. They focus on offering, hold on, I gotta see more here, nutritious food. So that's great. You know, the fear sometimes is too much junk, but I will say this international crew, you're going to meet, if you have not got into the UMFK scene, I worked there for close to 20 years. The diversity is incredible. The people, the students here, very self-sufficient, very intelligent, and they know how to cook. Kalusha Coates, my good friend, stopped over here last night and I was barbecuing some chicken. He just took over, and it was probably some of the best chicken I've ever had right off the grill. I don't know what the heck he was putting on there. He was rotating it. He was working the chicken, and it's making me hungry. Looks like we're at the 7:30 hour here. We're going to bring Scott in a minute, but the UMFK Cares Fund is what we're looking for here. Provides assistance to students at the University of Maine at Fort Kent for housing, food, heating, travel, clothing, medical, dental, and mental health or support during other emergency situations such as this for basic needs for which the student has no other source of funds. So not just food. A lot of these students just can't afford to stay in the dorms. And like I said, they choose to rent like myself and save some money there. But rent's not cheap either. So anyway, let's get the word out and let's help that crew. Great people, great conversations. I was lucky enough to visit Jamaica last April. A beautiful area, just beautiful. So reach out to them. let's see if we can get our guest. Looks like he is ready. We're going to bring in Scott Pelletier. I want to thank Jessica Wilson for those notes. Hey, Mr. Scott Pelletier.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning. You're on Wake Up SJV.
Yeah, that's great.
Thanks for joining us, my friend.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me on, Eric.
Somebody who is able to do a much better job than me, as we share similar roles here, my friend. Love to see what you're doing. Love to share ideas. Tell us, Mr. Pelletier, how is everything going over here with our neighbors, our good neighbors in MSAD 33? How are we holding up?
Well, we are holding up. It's great to see that this morning it's sunny outside, so we've been getting some nice weather. Remote learning is definitely challenged, I think, me and other teachers as well, in that I definitely miss the social interaction with our kiddos at our school. But like for me in PE, like, you know how it is. I mean, it's great. We have a gymnasium, we get out, we're active, we go outside, we play. I know this has definitely been a lot. It's been very different. So we're holding up. Don't know. I think the concerns with a lot of people is we just don't know how long and this is going to last. I'm hoping that it ends soon. I think all of us do. So, but from what I gather, I mean, we had a great Teacher Appreciation Week. I think it was almost 2 weeks now. We had Teacher Appreciation Week. The kids, it was awesome. They did a parade for us on Friday. They had us go to Dr. Levesque. We stayed outside, watched the kids do with their parents. They did a pretty cool parade. So that was awesome to see the kids. I just can't wait to get back to routine. I think most of us are in the same boat there. So.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I've always been, Scott, now you've worked in both districts, but I've always been impressed with Dr. Levesque and Wisdom Middle High School, how they're able to produce such great education and just such great people over there. And it's tough. I mean, everybody is more or less stuck inside, like you said, and everybody's nervous to, especially our team sports, right? That's been my frustration. And like you said, the social component involved in all of teaching and education, but really in phys ed, right? We're always trying to promote teamwork and you know, we have to discipline our students, so to speak, when they get too competitive about. So we've lost all that stuff, right? Now we're left, you know, doing virtual push-ups and you know, myself, I'm just doing physical activity logs, and I ask my students to enter stuff, and you know, they've done a great job. But I'm like you, man. I really miss the kids, and you know, you also coach both soccer and basketball. Scott, what would you recommend? Or what have you already? I'm sure you've probably done some stuff, but what do you recommend those athletes to do to kind of just stay, you know, I don't know what the phrase is because it's tough, but to at least stay on top of their game a little bit?
Yeah. Well, my basketball team, for example, I mean, they already have like conditioning. I'm hoping they're doing it. I mean, that's really the only thing that I've done at this point is kind of said, you know, reached out, said, hey, just checking in with them. How's it going and stuff? You know, what's going on? And I think for the most part, I mean, that's all they could do. I mean, some have posted back, hey, coach, shooting around, doing some conditioning. That's great. You know, I think during this time is, you know, even though it's changed our teaching, Eric, is that, I I mean, physical activity is so important, and more important during these times. I mean, it's even though we're staying home. I mean, I just had my kids here, like last week, and um, I, the thing is, we need to take breaks. I mean, we're sitting in front of our laptops, our computers for a couple hours and doing IXL and doing whatever they have to do, and then it's like, we have to take a break, and so let's go outside and play. So I'm hoping, like with the basketball team, the soccer teams, they're still doing conditioning, they're still going out, playing, being physically active, and that's really all they can do. I mean, if anything, like, I think you can attest to that too. I did a lot, like, I mean, there were times where, yeah, I'm bored and there's nothing to do, so go play basketball. And so you go outside, you shoot around, you work on your craft. You do that for hours on end, and I don't know, I found a lot of enjoyment in that, and I'm hoping, like I said, that most of these student athletes, that's what they're finding their time doing, is that, yeah, they're doing their work, but then they're going out and they're going outside still to play, still working on their skills, because there's a lot of stuff you can do just by yourself. So
Yeah, I would agree with you. I was telling someone recently, the positive, in my opinion, of all this is, and as much as I love and miss team sports, is a push. First it was a lot of people picked up Nordic skiing. I saw a lot of people requesting skis and equipment from me, and which was great. And then, I've seen just students out walking, which is awesome. Like you said, I think, as we know, students are just getting cabin fever. So now, especially with the nice weather, right, we're seeing a lot of people out and about, which is
yeah.
awesome. And in individual fitness, either you're going to sit around all day, or hop on YouTube, as and you can just put in body weight exercises, and there is a ton of resources out there. So that's been nice to see too. And you really can, as transform your body in probably, about a month. If you find a simple workout 3 days a week or anything like that. So,
I like how,
but
I like how
yeah,
you said that, a month. I think that's, those 30 days, you can go either way. I mean, you can kind of like give up and be like, okay, and start, eating and unhealthy
yeah,
and doing, living an unhealthy lifestyle. And you can see in 30 days how your body changes. So you could go either way. I got the great, like I have the view from my house is, the mills. I see people, there's I find a significant amount of people are going out walking, biking. I mean, it's great that you continue to do that. So,
yeah.
and you're right. It's, if anything, it's, you're kind of working now more on individual things, but there's so much you can do, individually. I know it takes away the teamwork in team sports, but individually you can still, like maintain your health, go out for walks, nature walks. There's a lot of things you can do. So.
For sure. Yeah. And it's great that you have such a positive outlook on it, Scott. And I want to go back to this real quick, because you really have, not to disrespect the other students in your area, but you really have a special group of girls. The run that you guys had in basketball last year was just amazing. Really enjoyed watching you guys play. And you were that close to winning down at the CIC, the Cross Insurance Center. Just a great game. And that team, they're all back, correct? I don't think you lost anybody off that basketball team, which is scary for the rest of us. But I just wanted to give you credit for leading those troops. And we've got it marked on our calendar. We're going to be playing again this year.
Yeah.
And they've
Look
been
forward to
great
it.
games, huh? And
Look
what
forward.
people don't realize, or a lot of people don't realize, is, especially older people like me, all these students are friends. I mean, with social media now, all of the Valley Unified students, it's not like the old days where, Chad Gervais and whoever, Fort Kent guys were going at it. Even back then, they were pretty good friends. But that's pretty special, huh? You get on the court and you battle like Bird and Magic, but at the end of the day, they're all pretty close, which is cool.
I think that's a very good observation. That's how I see it too. I know our Wisdom ladies, I mean, great respect for the outlying schools out there, but they have a close connection to the Fort Kent girls team as well. Like you said, you know, most of them are FaceTiming, Facebooking, they're chatting with each other. They're friends, and that's good. It's great. You compete and you do it at the highest level that you possibly can, but then you have a great respect for your opponent. And I know, yeah, like you said, we had 2 great games this year. I'm super excited because this is, like you said, a young group. I didn't graduate anybody. It's funny, my little guy, Aiden, we lost a shed down in Bangor, but you know, all of them, it was pretty awesome to see that in the locker room. You know, their heads were held up high. They say, hey, listen, this is just a step in the right direction. To me, that the family atmosphere was awesome. I know some players attest that, you know, having my kids involved made it kind of a family thing. But I couldn't ask for better girls. You know, great attitudes. They came to work. There was never a quit in them. I mean, Shed came out pretty well, and we were down double digits early, but we clawed back in, got it tied. I was when you get those moments where you fight back and you have a chance to win, I couldn't ask for more. You know, 2 8th graders, 3 freshmen, 7 girls in all. I mean, it's just it's awesome to be part of. So I'm thankful for that. I can't wait. I can't wait to get back on the court. You know, get back to working with them, and but we'll see. I mean, yeah, it's exciting. The future is definitely exciting at Wisdom. So just proud to be part of it.
Incredible. And as you know, with these small communities, I mean, go all the way back to Tracy Garrett. I mean, you really got some positive stuff going there, and just must be so exciting as a coach to be able to see what you got coming back. And I've got your schedule here. I don't know if you've talked to Mr. Fantasia, but I'm on the basketball scheduling committee. I'm not asking for predictions, but here we go. Are you ready? You got Ashland. Okay.
Yeah.
You got Van Buren, the Crusaders.
Yeah.
Of course, Madawaska. All right. You've got Fort Fairfield. No joke. Tournament team there.
They're tough every year.
Fort Kent.
Okay. It's a big one.
Fort Kent. Oh, sorry. You've got Easton.
Easton Bears.
What are they? The Easton Bears? What the heck are they down there?
Lady Bears. Okay, yeah, they're the Bears.
They're not the Easton McCain potatoes. Okay. No. You got Washburn. You got the Beavers.
Yeah.
Katahdin. And then if they have a team, this is a scary one, but Greater Holton Christian Academy. So that's your schedule, my friend. And hey, looks like 16-2. Anyway, but no, in all seriousness, it looks great, and it's exciting. I know, as you know, I've been working with the 8th grade middle school program here, the 6th through 8th. And I'm pretty excited about the girls we have coming up through too. So we will mark that date on the calendar when we get it nailed down. So listen, in your opinion, Scott, will education ever be the same, in your opinion?
No, but I think when I say no, I look at it in a positive way. I think it'll actually make it even better. I mean, I don't know how, like Eric, for me, phys ed was like, technology, I used it enough to get through, you know, like send emails, correspondence, stuff like that. But I really did not set up my classroom digitally. I just did not. And so this kind of like, hey, you have to now. And so now that like I use Google Classroom, I know there's Class Dojo, there's, we can Zoom our students and stuff. So this is fantastic that, you know, nothing here is lost. It's all gain, is how I view it. I know Ben, I said this to Ben said something great. You know, we have the gift of time, and again, it's a positive way of looking at it at this. So, I mean, now I feel like I'm set up where I have everything on Google Classroom. I got you know, my health class and phys ed classes. It's to me, this is just, I've gained more valuable resources too in this, is that there's a lot of great phys ed and health teachers out there. We have great phys ed health teachers here in the state of Maine, able to do meetings online through this format, getting great ideas. I think it's actually, you know, as many years as I've been an educator, this is making me a better teacher, I feel. Will it be the same? Absolutely not. But I think we can be better for it. I know we'll be prepared for, you know, better prepared for. I mean, kudos to all the teachers out there. You know, we received an email. I mean, this came sudden, came fast, and it was like, whoa, we got to change. You know, we got to do this. We got to adjust. We got to. So I think we've done a fantastic job. I think we're, to me, in my opinion, we're leading the state in what we're doing, I think. And you know, I think remote learning is here to stay, to be honest with you. Even if we go back to the classrooms and stuff, this is not something that's going to go away. So that's how I view it.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I'm honored and quite humbled to be a part of all of the Valley Unified Schools. You've been on the Maine Department of Education Phys Ed Zooms, you know, and there's a lot of teachers out there statewide that are doing great. Don't get me wrong, but they're actually reaching out to us, and that's a tribute to our leadership, starting with Ben Sirois and all our great administrators. I mean, we have committees and subcommittees, but the planning's been incredible. It feels more, Scott, like it feels more like college, to be quite honest with you. You know, you've been through college classes that are kind of hybrids, you know,
Right.
where you do some remote and then you know, you do some. So I think that's what we're looking at in the fall, right? You know, we may get half our student body one day, and the others might be home. Um, so that, yeah, I think that's a great spin, and I agree with you. The resources that we've gained from this, from great educators like you, have been amazing. I know I've stole some stuff from you, and I'm sure you've done the same from others. Um, so that's going to be awesome. Listen, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go
I
ahead.
was going to say, it's really a collaboration. I mean, it's not just one person. It's, let's try to do this together, which is what Valley Unified is. I mean, let's get together. Let's put our minds together. And I mean, I like I said, we, with Bob and with Dan and Tom and yourself and Travis, you know, to me, we've come together, and this is definitely making us better teachers, regardless of where we're at. So
Incredible. Now, listen, I know you've had the opportunity, which must have been just incredible, to meet Tom Brady. But tell me, I mean, are you now, let's be honest, LeBron James went from the Cavaliers to the Heat, okay?
yes.
And then all those Cavalier fans became Heat fans. So are you now a Tampa Bay Buccaneers fan? I mean, you got Gronk and Brady down there in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I have to say that, well, I'm still going to be a Patriot fan, but nothing will ever change that I'm a Tom Brady fan. So where he goes, I'm going to support him. So I go Bucks too. I mean, that's who I am. I mean, I'm not going to hate the guy. The guy did 20 years. I mean, just phenomenal athlete. And it was a privilege to get to meet him. Didn't say too much to him, but got a picture with him. And also got to meet Jules as well that same day. But just to see, you know, what they put in, the time and the effort. I don't know if you're watching The Last Dance. I'm sure you are. I've seen it several times. Just what it takes to be a champion is like, it goes beyond, you know, you look at Michael Jordan and the sacrifices you make to be the best. So, and again, just to answer, Tom Brady, to me, I'll be a Tom Brady fan for as long as he plays, wherever he plays. It'll be interesting how it plays out. Can he win without Bill, and can Bill win without him? And I think they'll both do a good job. You know, I was excited when Gronk signed. It was a little bit of a surprise. I knew if he came back, it was going to be with Brady. I had that feeling. So, listen, he's set up to win there, and I'm going Tom Brady all the way. So,
Well, he's amazing. And as physical education instructors, it would be great, and I'm sure you've done this. What does Tom Brady do to work on his body and his nutrition, right? To be able
right.
to perform. I mean, the NFL, you think about, 275-pound linebackers that are, sprinting the 100-meter and whatever, coming at you and knocking him down. And how does he do it? It's amazing. I agree. Now, listen, Tampa Bay's in the NFC, correct? So what if we had Patriots Bucks Super Bowl? That would be incredible. I think the Patriots, they're in the AFC East. So, you're going to get Dolphins twice, Jets twice, Bills twice. And Belichick, I mean, whoever they plug in at quarterback, they're going to be good. I got no doubt about that. So it should be pretty interesting. But how the heck are we going to play football with COVID? That's another conversation. I don't know.
Like NASCAR had their first race there this past weekend, no fans in attendance. I mean, we may get to that where they play the game and no fans are, I don't know, but I just hope it does. I'm excited, like the Bucks are playing the Saints game 1 and Pats have the Dolphins game, game 1. I can't wait for it to start. And here we are in May. So I hope things still, it's going to be a change. There might be no fans there, but I'm hoping games can still resume. So,
well, just like we talked about, our youth athletes need to get out, need to get back into that competitive atmosphere, and you can only imagine a pro athlete like Brady or these other guys just must be going crazy. Listen, we've also been, we've been featuring local music here for the last couple weeks. Do you have a go-to local artist, or do you have some recommendations for us? We're starting to build a nice list here.
I saw that. I saw that this morning because I was viewing a little bit. I have I have a cousin, CJ Terrio, that I know he's been playing in quite a bit of bands. You mentioned Boomerang, and he's been in several bands. I know right now he's playing with Adam, I believe Willette, and they've been doing like Friday nights, live for a couple hours.
We played. I played that this morning. Just incredible stuff. Now, is Adam from that area, Scott? Is he from Frenchville?
I want to say he's from Frenchville. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Great artist. Okay. So a lot of bands we've heard. Just amazing though. The local music is great. So we're building a nice list here, and we're gonna try to feature that here. So
I know there's so much. To me, what blows me away is like I participated. Was it last year now at the Northern Star competition, and just able to see how much musical talent that's out there. It's pretty amazing. I mean, we're not a very big community, but I'm telling you, a lot of people, they can play guitar, sing, play piano, play drums. That's what kind of wowed me with CJ, was that so quick to pick up on things. That's how good you are when you can kind of just like, here you go, and he'll just play it. And how to tune, go half step down. I mean, it's pretty awesome, the knowledge that's out there in our community with people that can play, like Dan Chassis is another one that can play. And you mentioned Steve Doucette and your principal, John Coletta. I mean, there's so much musical talent. It's fun to see and be part of, for sure. So.
Yeah, Dan Chassis is a good call. I had not put him down yet. He's part of a band, or does he just play by himself? I've seen him play before, but
I want to say if he's the lead singer for Boomerang, I know.
Oh, you're right. He may be. Yeah.
I know he plays with CJ in one of the bands. So, and CJ,
a lot of these artists are connected to multiple bands.
So
cool stuff. Yeah, great stuff. Listen, I want to thank you for joining us. This has been awesome.
Thank you.
Great insight You're doing an awesome job. Listen, I was walking by your house the other day. It looks like it's for sale. Is that true? You want to plug your house here on Wake Up SJV? What do we got here?
Yeah, well, that's been a couple of years in the making. I just not to leave the area, so that's the answer to that. I don't want to leave the area. I want to stay put here in Fort Kent, Frenchville area. I love this area, this community. Just, I always thought this was kind of a starter home. It's a nice place. Just had some other things that I, want a little more land, a couple, just wants, I guess. So I said, hey, why not? I'll put the house for sale. I've seen other houses down here on Pleasant Street for sale for years and still not sell. So I just figured, you know what, I'll just put it out there. I sell great. I don't great. It's all good. I'm not stressed about it. So
Yeah, you're at a great location there, Scott, right on Pleasant Street. If people
Yeah.
don't know, he's a little past the schools, but walking distance to school, to town.
yeah.
So if anybody's looking for a great starter home,
There
check
you
with
go.
Scott Pelletier. He'll trade for food. His house.
We'll have to talk about it, but yeah, it's
You
possible.
got it. Listen, stay safe. Hey, I don't know if
Sure.
you're interested, but I'm trying to start some co-ed volleyball. I got an outdoor court put up over
Nice.
behind the pool. I know
Sure.
you can bump. I know you can bump, set, and spike as a phys ed teacher. So let's go over there and let's take on some people.
All right. Well, message me when you're going and I'll be there.
You got it.
All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
folks.
Eric.
That was Scott Pelletier, MSAD 33, phys ed and health instructor. Stay safe, my friend.
You too. Take care, everybody.
Awesome stuff from Scott Pelletier. I really got to say, we've had some great guests. It's just been amazing, the people we've been able to pull in. That being said, we're still trying to nail down tomorrow's guest. Got a couple calls in, waiting to hear back. I see Tom Bard is out here watching. We need to get him on the show. He's been asking me for years to get on to his big time podcast. But anyway, we'd love to have Tom on board. Done such great stuff for local sports and really all of Maine now. And Rennie Kluke is another one who I'd love to get on here, a good friend of mine and the sports director for WAGM TV. But we want to thank Scott for joining us. We want to thank and recognize Adam Willett, as well as CJ Terrio, who Scott just mentioned as today's featured artist. We're approaching the 8 a.m. hour, so we're going to sign off here. I want to thank all of you out there watching. Looks like we capped out at double digits here, 10 live at one point watching Wake Up SJV. This has been Eric Werken, and for Chaz Pelletier, our producer, we're going to see you tomorrow morning. Get outside. It's going to be beautiful. Don't forget your sunscreen and stay